so that organizations are using like automations and robotics to help the farmers find more efficient way to protect their crops from that weeds. So that we can say that Blue River technology has developed a robot called, we can say that see and spray. So it will consumes less amount of water while uses that computer vision technology like object reductions to monitor it. So this is one of the good applications we can use it in the AI for an agriculture field. So it will detect that is we can see it is an object detections to monitor, and we can see and spray. That technology has been used in the weedicide on the cotton plants, and we can use it for any kind of plants which are required for the water based on the timely manners. The precision spray can help prevent and we can say herbicide resistance. So apart from this, we can say that Berlin-based agriculture tech support called PEAT has developed an application called Plantix that identifies potential defects and nutrition deficiencies in the soil through that images. We can identify based on that image processing that plants infections and soil conditions also can be identified by the image processing. That image recognition app identifies a possible defects through images captured by the users, and we can say that we have to use the smart cameras. That is, users are then provide with the soil restoration techniques, tips, and other possible solutions. The company that may claim its software can be achieved better patterns deductions with an estimate risk. We can say that estimated accuracy up to 95% of an accuracy like that. And next we'll go to healthcare. So when it comes to saving our lives, a lot of organizations and medical care centers are relying on AI. That is an example of healthcare which help the patients all over the world. So that AI which can be used for healthcare to help for the patients all over the world, and organizations called as Cambio, like healthcare developed in clinical decision support system for stroke preventions that can give the physicians a warning. So based on that warning, we can give the treatment for the patients when they are affected before stage. Like if you are getting a stroke and like within a minute or within a minute, like half an hour before or 1 hour before, or like an off day before, we can get the predictions from that AI. We can save the life of that patients. Another such examples for this is Cola Life. Like it's a Cola Life is a company that is digitalized devices that can be find a cardiac diseases. We can use it for the cardiac diseases. That Cola Life. Similarly, we can say that iFlow is developing a system for keeping a track of how people are doing in nursing homes and home care, etc. The best thing is about an AI in healthcare is that you don't even need to develop a new medications. Just by using an existing medication is the right way, you can also save the lives. So this is my suggestions. So until we are to full-fledged development with that AI, we should not do the new existing medications. And in this gaming, over the past few years, we can know that artificial intelligence has become an integral part of our gaming industries. So it's one of the interesting industries for people which are youngsters and the new generations people. And we know that a deep mind or AI-based AlphaGo software is that we can call it as Go software, and which is famous for defeating that Lee Sedol and the world champions in the game of Go, is one of the most significant in the field of AI. This we can see it is an accomplishment for that one. And shortly we can see after victory, DeepMind created advanced versions of AlphaGo called as an AlphaGo Zero. Advanced for this AlphaGo is an AlphaGo Zero. The many people are not knowing about that one. So you can also search it in Google, and we can find that software like AlphaGo Zero. Those who are really interested in gaming and animations, and we can find the really interested things, and we can analyze and how that EA are working. Like when you are shooting some persons, like opposite persons, either it's a thief or some other terrorist in the gaming, I'm saying. So that persons will act based on that AI instructions which was given by the softwares. So it will act smartly. So first time it will get shooter means then next time it will not get the shooter. It will goes for like escaping manner, and it is like an AI based, like it will act as an animation robotics and thinkable robotics. So unlike that original AlphaGo, which deep mind trained, like we can say that it is trained over the time by using a large amount of data and supervisions, the advanced systems. The AlphaGo Zero thought itself a master that game. And we can say that other example of an AI is gaming include the Foster encounter, like we can say recon. We can say it is an, I think so, it is an assault recon. Assault recon is there, and popularly we can know it is an fear. It is an FEAR, F dot E dot A dot R, fear, which is the first person shooter video game. But what makes this game so special? So that we need to be analyzed, and this action taken by the opponent AI, that is what I said in before, that opponent, this action taken by that opponent AI are unpredictable because the game is designed in such a way that that opponent are trained throughout the game and never repeat the same mistakes. So that is the thing of an AI. It is that advancement in this game, and they get better as the game get harder, and this makes that game very challenging and prompt that players to constantly switch strategies and never sit in the same positions. It will change their positions often when you are shooting, go for a shooting of that particular person's an opponent. This I mean about either a threat or some other things in an opponent. It will act like an AI, and it is space exploration. So you people are very much knowing about this software, and sorry, this space exploration rover. And this space expeditions and discoveries always requires analyzing a vast amount of data. We know that it's and data science and data, everything we required for this space. And artificial intelligence and machine learning is the best way to handle the processes based of data in the field. So after rigorous research, and astronomers used on AI to shift through the years of data obtained by the Kepler, like Kepler's telescope in the order of and identifying the distance 8 planet solar systems. So these AI techniques which are used in that one, and NASA, the next over millions to the Mars. We can say it is millions to the Mars. We can say that Mars 2020 rover, Mars 2020 rover. That is AGI. Yes, which is an AI-based Mars rover is already on the red planet. We know that it is in the Mars. We call it as a red planet. And rover is responsible for autonomous targeting of cameras in order to the perform of an investigations, a lot of investigations in the Mars. And we can say that next one is an autonomous vehicle. So these are good applications for that longest time. That self-driving car like have been buzzword in that AI industries nowadays. That everything has been changed. Tesla's. I'll tell you about the Tesla. So it's a good example for those who are seen YouTube regularly. You can see that one before 3 or 4 months back, the AI, that is Tesla has introduced one AI car. I will tell you about that one. So first we will see this. This development of autonomous vehicle will definitely revolutionize the transport systems. It is companies like Waymo. There is companies like you can see that in a picture. It is Car, which is Waymo, conducted several test drives in Phoenix before developing their first AI-based public ride-hailing services. So it is an autonomous vehicle. We can see it is an autonomous vehicle. Everything is automatic and with a lot of sensors are there. So AI systems collects the data from that vehicle, radar, cameras, GPS, and cloud services to produce a control signals that operate the vehicle. So these are the things, these are the fields we should have to be good in that one, like vehicle radar, GPS, and cloud services. See, cloud services from that all over that things like with AI and machine learning and deep learning, that cloud services also included in these autonomous systems to control the signals and operate the vehicles. So the advanced deep learning algorithm can be accurately predict what object in the vehicle, like we can say that vehicle vicinity. We can for a vehicle we can say it is a vicinity or likely to do what to do in that one. Okay, so this makes a Waymo car more effective and safer. That is the thing. So that is another famous examples of an autonomous vehicle is Tesla. I would like to say this about a Tesla is an interesting part. Is a self-driving car is there, and AI implemented computer vision is there, and image detections and deep learnings to build a car that can automatically detect objects and drive around without a human interventions. You can say it is without human interventions, it will be drive around within a couple of years. We can see that vehicle in our roadways. So but not in India. We can see in foreign countries like Elon Musk task about like how AI is implemented in Tesla self-driving cars, and autopilot features are also available. So in this one, we quoted that Tesla will help, will have the fully self-driving cars is ready for that couple of years. We can see it is a road taxi, or else we can see it is a robo taxi is their versions, and one that can be ferry passengers and without anyone behind the wheels, and it is ready for streets in the next years or next couple of years. And next is about that chatbots. Nowadays virtual assistants have become very common, and it is very common technology. Mostly every households are virtual assistants, and IoT is one of the part. Apart from that IoT, we can use this AI technologies. That is how it will be controlled with that appliances at home. And a new example of an like include Siri and Cortana, and which are the gaining popularity because of the user experiences they provide. And Amazon Echo is an example of how artificial intelligence can be used to translate human language into desirable actions. So this is the thing in that one of chatbots. So these devices use speech recognitions and NLP to perform a wide ranges of tasks on your command. So it can do more than just play your favorite songs, and it can be used to control the devices at house and book cabs and make phone calls and order your favorite food and check that weather. We can check the weather conditions and everything, and so on like that. We can go on everything. Like we can see another example is an Google virtual assistants called Google Duplex is there. There has astonished millions of people. Like not only can see it in response to the calls and book appointments for you, but also to adds a human touch. The device uses a natural language processing and machine learning algorithm to process the human languages and performs tasks such as manage your schedule and control your smart homes and make reservations and so on. Like that, a lot of things can be do in this applications of chatbots. And next application about and social media. So we can say that ever since social media has become our identity, it's an identity. So in our social media platform, like on Facebook, we can use it this, and this identity. AI is used for face verification, wherein that machine learning and deep learning concepts are used to detect our facial features. So this is the thing like we are being generating an immeasurable amount of data through chats, tweets, posts, and etc. And wherever there is an abundance of data, AI and machine learning are always present. That is the thing. Nowadays, AI is always present in all the fields in social medias. And like if you are taking a photo, that is we can see that images with an AI. So that is deep learning is used to extract that every minute detail from the images by using a bunch of deep neural networks with the help of neural networks. So on that other hand, we can say that machine learning algorithms are used to design your feed based on your interest. So another such examples is Tutor AI. We can say that Tutor, and which is being used to identify that hate speech and terrorist language in tweets. So that is what Tutor is still it's roaming, and it makes use of machine learning and deep learning and neural language processing to filter out an offensive content. The company has discovered and banned, like we can say that these and 3 lakhs terrorist link accounts, and 95% of which were found by the non-human artificial intelligence machines. And next is about creativity. This is an interesting part in this one. We are that is automatic music systems. So it will think like a human and it will act like a human to create a music. So you can like have you ever wondered that what you have been on artificial intelligence machine try to create a music and art? So that is the thing I was asked in the question. So that is MuseNet can now compose a classical music using batch of Mazrot. There is MuseNet. This software called as a MuseNet. It's a deep neural network. We can call it as a deep neural network that is capable of generating 4-minute musical composition with the 10 different instruments. So 4 minute for a 4 minute will use a 10 different instruments to compose a music, can combine a style from the country to Mozart to that beatniks. That is, MuseNet was not explicitly programmed and with an understanding of music, but instead of discovered patterns of hormones, rhythms, and style by learning on its own. That is another creative products of an artificial intelligence is a content of automation tool. There is automation tool is that, and Wordsmith is a natural language generation platform that can be performed. That is, your data is we can say insightful narratives of this. So this we can be used in tech giants such as Yahoo, Microsoft, Tableau is there, and we it is Wordsmith are generated around 1.5 billion pieces of content every year. And this is the thing, brain versus computer. So in this brain versus computer, you can find that it's an accurate thing, and 10 to the power of 12 neurons in the human brains, but we can say in the computers 10 to the power of 8 or more transistors per CPU. And for many more synapses is 10 to the power of 14 is a connecting these neurons, but supercomputer hundreds of CPU that 10 to the power of 12 bits of RAM. That is cycle time is we can see it is to the power of minus 3 seconds. It's a 1 millisecond, and it is an order of 10 to the power of -9 seconds. So you can say that brain and computer are more or less equal, but we have to make it as computer like a brain as a thinkable. And this is that branches in the growing field, like in from 1950s to present days. So 1950s to 1970s, that neural networks has emerged in that early work with neural networks tracks this tracks excitements of thinking the machines. And after that, machine learning has become so popular. And after that, deep learning has in the present days we can say that deep learning throughout the drive like AI has boomed. That is the reason of that AI. So that AI has works by combining a large amount of data with fast interactive processing and intelligent algorithm, and allowing the software to learn automatically from the pattern of features in the data. So these are the thing examples for this how that AI has been works. So they are help of neural networks and deep learning, cognitive computing, and computer visions, and neural language processing and machine learning. So these are all we can see it is a booming field in that nowadays. So with the help of this neural network, deep learning, and cognitive computer visions, and natural language processing, and machine learning are combined with an AI. And we'll see still some more applications with this AI with somewhat extension versions of this one. Okay. So in agriculture, so I was somewhat interested in these things. So in agriculture, new AI advancements shows and improvements in gain the yield and increase the researches and development of growing the crops. So new artificial intelligence now predicts the time it takes for a crop like an tomato to be the ripe and be that ready for picking up those increasing efficiency of the farm. So that we can see that how artificial intelligence has works perfectly. That is here, these advantages goes on including the crop and soil monitoring. Thus already we have discussed the agriculture robots are there, and we can have to go for a predictive analysis. So crop and soil monitoring uses a new algorithm and data collected on the field to manage the track and track the health of crop, making it easier and more sustainable for the farmers. And another thing is more specialization of AI in agriculture is like greenhouse automations and simulations, modeling, and optimization techniques are there. So due to that increase in population and growth of demand in the food of futures, like already we have discussed, there will be a need for at least 50 to 70% increase in the field of agriculture to sustain in this new demand. There is a demand is going to become, so all of you be ready for that. So 50 to 70% demand is going to be occur very, very, very. So all of you be prepared for that one, so that AI will help you for in the development of this feature. So more and more of the public preserves that adoptions of these new technologies and use of AI intelligence will help to reach that goal. So we know that what are the struggling things are happening in an agriculture field. So that AI as a people, those who are good in that AI will, I request already we have researched in that one, and the new generation people are get interested in this kind of a field and go with that AI and introduce a lot of new technologies and save a lot of crops and fields in that agriculture and education. So that AI tutors could allow that students to get an extra, extra one-to-one help, and they could also reduce an anxiety and stress for some students that may be caused by tutors lab and human tutors. So that, but AI can also create a disadvantages of environment with that revenge effect is there. So we have to be careful in that. So in the future, classrooms and ambient informations can play a beneficial role, and ambient informations in that idea that can be informations in everywhere is that environment, and that technologies automatically adjust to your professional preferences, and that is personal preferences that also we can say. And study devices could be able to create lessons and problems and games to the trailer of that specific students and need that immediate feedbacks. But this one, if technology is inhabiting the society from moving the forward and causing that negative, so unintended effect on the society. This is called as an unintended society of effect on the society. And example of like an example of revenge effect is that extended use of technology may hinder the students' ability to focus and stay on instead of helping them which learn and grow, like that we can say. So also AI all has been known to lead to the loss of both the human agencies and simultaneity. And we can say that trading and investment, so trading and investment is also one interesting things, because a lot of algorithms are in this, I already have discussed in the finance. So we have seen that now we will see that one trading, how that trading and investments are good in AI, and in this algorithms are plays a major role. So that is algorithmic trading involves the use of complex AI systems to make a trading decisions at speeds of several orders of magnitudes greater than any humans incapable. So that we can say that many banks, funds, and proprietary trading firms now have entire risk. We can say that is portfolios. We can say that is an exact word is a portfolios that are managed purely by the AI systems and automated trading system there, and it is used for a large institutional investors. But so for an so we can say that several large financial institutions are using this AI engine. This we can say it is an AI engines to assist with several with their investment properties. It is we can say BlackRock AI engine is search. You can also search in the internet. Black Rock AI engine, and Aladdin is there, is used both within that company and client to help that investment decisions. So this is happening in that we have used a lot of algorithms. That names are somewhat different, but if you search this kind of names in that internet, we can search that algorithms. What are the algorithms they have used? Its wide range of functionalities include that use of natural languages processings to read text such as news and broker report and social media feeds. So everything will help to do the tradings in a good way. Then gauges that sentiments on that company is mentioned and assigns a score. And banks such as use that is UBS and Dusty is there. So bank which is used for an AI engine is called as an Quorum. It is sequential quantum reductions and extractions model, which can be a mine data to be developed a consumer profile and matches them with an wealth management products. They are most likely to do that what they want. And next we'll see what are the applications you are used, how the applications are used in the military purposes. So that United States and other nations are developing AI applications. We know that in the range of military functions. That the main military applications of artificial intelligence and machine learnings are that enhanced C2, we can call it as C2, it is a communication sensor, and integrations and interoperability. The AI research in underway is a field of intelligence collections and analysis, logistics, and we can say it is cyber operations, information operations, and command and control, and in variety of system that is autonomous vehicles that already have shown that is what is an autonomous vehicle. So like this, all this variety of things has to be combined with this military purposes. And artificial intelligence technology which enables the coordinations of sensors and effect, and we can see it is an effectors and threat detections and identification, making of enemy position and target acquisition and coordinations, defunctionings of that some fire things between that networked combat vehicles and tanks also, that inside manned and unmanned teams. And MUM is there, it is manned and unmanned teams is there. So AI has been incorporated into military operations in Iraq and Syria. It is, we know that it's all happening, a lot of military activities are happening in Iraq and Syria. So there we could see that AI has been incorporated in military operations. So worldwide annual military spendings in robotics or like so 5 million billions in 2010 and 7.5 billions in 2015 and 10 billions increasing. 2.5 billions has been every 5 years once they are increasing the 2.5 billions of US dollars for this military that is robotics in an AI with a combined combination of AI and ML. So military drones capable of autonomous actions are widely considered as a useful assets, and many artificial intelligence researchers seeks of distance themselves from the military applications of an AI. So next is we can see about governments. So that how the governments are using these kind of applications. So there is artificial intelligence in government consists of application and regulations. So we'll see this one. What is an applications and regulations with that like government things. And this artificial intelligence paired with the facial recognition system may be used for a mass surveillance. So Bangalore, I think so. And before that in Japan, they are used for like voting systems. While at the time of voting, they have used mass facial recognition systems. So with the help of an AI. So we are back in 5 years from the Japans. We know that. So they are growing very fastly. We too growing very fastly. But even though they are used before itself, that is long back itself, they have been used, and it is and this is already the case in some parts of China. And artificial intelligence has also that competed in that tarmac capacity. There is city morale elections in 2018. So that's what they are saying. In 2019, the tech city of Bangalore in India is set to deploy that AI managed traffic signal systems across that 387 traffic signals in the city. So they have used this one in that cities. And this system will involve the use of cameras and ascertain traffic density and accordingly calculate the time needed to clear the traffic volume, which will determine the signals during for a vehicular traffic across the streets. Again, we will see some more different things in healthcare. So I will tell you that X-ray things. So this is an X-ray. So X-ray of hand with the automatic calculations of bone age by the computer software. This is happened with the help of AI. And this AI in healthcare is often used for classifications. We can see a lot of classifications are in this. So whether an automate initiate evaluations of CT scan or EKG scan is there, or we can go for an identify high risk patients of like population health, like that we can say that breadth of application is rapidly increasing. A lot of applications as an example, AI is being applied to that high cost problem of postage issues where findings suggest that AI could save a lot of billions of dollars in 2016. And after that we can say that study of California found that a mathematical formula is developed with the help of AI, like we can say it is determine the accurate dose of an drugs to give that organ for the patients. Artificial intelligence is assisting a doctors. We can say it is assisting a doctors according to that Bloomberg is that. So in this Bloomberg technology, Microsoft has developed AI to help the doctors find the right treatment for the cancers. So it is one of the critical things in the cancer. So even though that cancer is there, we have a lot of medications for that. So there is a great amount of research, and we can say that this drug has been developed relating to the cancers. So there are more than 800 medications and vaccines to treat the cancers. So even though cancer is there, but AI, however, that AI will help to treat the cancer and identify the cancers. So this negativity has been affects the doctors because that there are too many. We can say there are too many options to choose the form, and making it from for more difficult to choose that right drugs to the patients. So Microsoft is working on the project to develop a machine called hand over machine, that is a machine called as an hand over, specially designed for the patients to find the cancers and cancer related things. This Microsoft is working in the project. It is called as an hand over. So its goal is to be that memorize all the papers necessary to the cancer and help predict which combinations of drugs will be the most effective for each patient. So it will avoid the doctors confusion, so which drugs, because 800 drugs are there for cancers and vaccines are there, a lot of vaccines for that cancer treatments. So this Microsoft projects of handover is more helpful for treating the cancers. That is AI based. This is an AI, one of the AI based. And one project that is being worked on that moment is fighting, we can say that is leukemia is there, and fatal cancer is there, where the treatment has not improved in the decades. So another study was reported to have found that artificial intelligence was that we can say it is a good as trained doctors in identifying the skin cancers and everything. So another study is using that artificial intelligence to try to monitor the multiple risk patients. Multiple risk patients. It's done by asking each patient like numerous questions about data acquired for live doctor to patient interactions. And one study was done with the transfer of learning. The machine performed their diagnosis, and similar to a well-trained doctors, like could be generated decision with 30 seconds, or on whether or not the patient should be referred as treatment. We can say that is more than 95% of an accuracy. And according to that CNN, the recent study as surgeons and Children National Medicine Center in Washington successfully has demonstrated that surgery that could be seen in recent magazines with an autonomous robots. This child, this Children National Medical Centers. That is, we can check it in that in Google. And the team survived. There is a team to supervise all the robots while in a perform the soft tissue surgery and stitching together a pig bowl and during that open surgery and doing so better than a human surgeon. And there is a team to be climbed for this, that IBM has created that own artificial intelligence computer, that is IBM Watson is there, which is has been you can say it's a beaten human intelligence. The Watson has struggled to achieve a success and adoptions in healthcare. So artificial neural networks, which is an artificial neural networks, or with the help of a deep learning, I'm saying, are used to the clinical decisions support system for medical diagnosis. We can say that such as concept called as an processing technology in EMR softwares. And the other task in the medicines that can be potentially be used and performed by that artificial intelligence or being to be developed include computer aided interventions in the these medical images, and heard sound analysis, and champion robots for the care of elderly, can say this an elderly, and mining medicines records to provide a more useful informations, and design treatment plans, and we can say the drug creations and using our aviator implants in place of patients for clinical training. And apart from this, so before this, I would like to say some applications. So these are the applications you may heard about this one, like optical character recognition is there. So optical character recognition is one of the AI application, and handwriting recognition is there, and speech recognition and face recognition is there, and artificial creativity is there, and computer vision, virtual reality, and image processing, motion interpolation is there, and pixel art scaling algorithm, and image scaling, and image resolution, photo colorization, and film restoration is there. So these are the applications which are working nowadays in the field of AI, and photo tagging and photo video manipulating, and diagnosis and game theory, and strategic planning, and game artificial intelligence, and computer game like bot is there, and natural language processing, translations, and chatbot is a non-linear control and robots. So these are the fields like all that AI has been working. And like now we'll see that OCR is optical character recognition. What is it? It is an interesting thing. Like for example, in a data entry for a business document, we can say that example of check, passport, and invoice, or bank statement and receipts. So that is automatic number of things we can be occurred based on this one. And this electronic or mechanical conversions of image of typically we can identify the exact signature of the check and passport. And this is an optical character identification. So based on that character scanning itself, we can identify the that is invoice. What will be that invoice is saying, and whether it is original or not, and banking statements and receipts. Everything we can be identified easily. And images of type the handwritten, or that I will come. Typed handwritten or normal handwritten is there, or printed text into that machine encoding text, and whether from a scanned documents, and a photo of document, and this scene photo is there. For example, that text on signs and billboards in that landscape photos. So like this, a lot of things can be occurred by using this OCR. So I will tell you the things in airport, the passport recognition and information extractions is very difficult. So somewhat is take a lot of time to verify all those things. So we can go with this kind of an AI-based optical, that is OCR, optical character recognitions, and automatic insurance document, that is key information extractions, and we can also go for traffic sign recognitions, and extracting the business card informations into the contact list. And like this, we can make electronic images of printed documents and searchable. And for example, we can say that this is Google Books, and pen computing is there. That is converting handwriting in a real time to control the computer, and it is called some pen computer. And CAPTCHA is a CAPTCHA anti-bot system. So we can thought that these are the specially designed to prevent the OCRs, and assistive technology for blind and visual impaired users. So this is very new. This have done one research project in this area. So it's a visual impaired users, and so it is a useful technology than AI. So writing that instructions for a vehicle by identifying the CAD images in the database, and that can be we can so appropriate to the vehicle designs and exchanges in the real time. So next we will see this text recognition. We can see it is an handwriting recognition is that. So in this handwriting recognitions, we can go with that uh, character extractions or character recognition and feature extraction is that. So in this, as we know that handwriting text recognition, that is HTR, is an ability of computer to receive and interpret that intelligence handwriting input the source such as paper documents, photographs and touch screens and other devices. So what I'm coming to say in this point is that the image of handwriting text may be sensed in offline from a piece of paper by that optical scanning. We can see it is an optical scanning. So whatever may be the handwriting, it will have to be scanned with that optical and optical character recognition with the help of an optical character recognitions, or else we can go with an intelligent word recognition. Intelligent word recognition. Or else we can say that alternatively we can go with that movement of the pen tip may be sensed online, for example by the pen based computer screen surfaces, and we can say that a generally easier task as these are more clues available. A handwriting recognition system handles formatting and performs segmentations, like the segmentations into a lot of characters and find the most feasible words. So we'll see that traditional techniques and modern techniques in this. So in these traditional techniques, we can say that character extractions and character recognition and feature extractions that are already said. So in this online character recognition, we can say that it is an offline. We don't need to go for an online. So offline character recognition often involves scanning a form or document. We can scan whole forms or document whatever may be in your hand, and this means that individual characters are contained in the scanned image will be need to be extracted. The tools exist that are capable of performing these steps. And character recognition is that after extracting of an individual character occurs, a recognition engine is used to identify the corresponding computer characters. And future extraction is work with the similar fashions in neural network recognition, and the programmer must manually determine the properties they feel are important. This approaches gives the recognizer more control over the properties used in the identifications. And modern, next one is about modern techniques. While traditional techniques focuses on segmenting that individual characters for recognizing, like recognition, the modern techniques focuses on like recognizing all the characters in the segmented line of text, and particularly they focuses on machine learning techniques that are able to learn visual features and avoiding the limiting features that is previously used. What are the things we used previously? And we can say this is a state of art method. Use a convolution networks for an extracting the visuals over the several overlapping windows of a text line images, which are recurrent neural networks uses to produce the character possibilities. So it is an interesting thing. This is the last part, and facial recognition. And this facial recognition, we can go with that three-dimensional recognition is there, and social media and ID verification. So these are the things are very interesting things. While humans are recognized, a face without like much effort, facial recognition is a challenging pattern. We can know that problems in the computer. So this system, this facial recognition system, will attempt to identify the human face, which is we can say that is three-dimensional, and changes in that appearance, which like with like lighting and facial expressions, and based on the two-dimensional images. And this computational task is in the facial recognition system will perform four steps. The first phase reduction is used to segment the face from that image background, and the second step is segment the face image in aligned to that account for the face pose and image size and photographic properties. We can say that illuminations and grayscales are there. That is the purpose of alignment process is to enable that accurate localization of facial features in the third steps. That facial feature extractions and features such as eyes, nose, and mouth are we can say it is a pinpoint. This pinpoint measures in the image to represent the faces that established future vectors of faces in the fourth step and match the against in the database for the faces. So the 3D, there is a 3D face, three-dimensional face recognition techniques uses 3D sensors to capture the information about the shape of the face. So that is very important. So this information is then used to identify the, we can say, distinctive features on the surface of a face, and based on the surface of the face, we can find that distinctive features based on that one. And such this counter of eye stalk sockets, nose and chins based on this. One advantages of 3D face recognition is that it's not affected by the changes in lighting like other techniques. So it can also recognize and identify a face from a range of viewing that angles and including the profile views and everything. So my area of interest one of the time is this three like three-dimensional face recognition. So what I will take a lot of time in this. So these three-dimensional phases recognize research and enable like developing sophisticated sensors that project we can say that is light onto the face. So when you go for the light onto the face, the 3D matching techniques are sensitive and expressions based on that one. Therefore, the researchers at like we can say that applied a tool for a metric geometry to treat that expressions as isometric. We can say it is as an isometric. A new method of capturing the 3D images of face uses three tracking cameras that point at different angles, and one camera is pointing at the front of the subject, and second one on that side, and third one on that uh, we can say that third or that angle, another side of the angle or top of that angle. All these cameras will work together so that it can track a subject face in a real time, and it be able to face detect and recognize that one. And we will see that facial, that is we can see that social media, in social media is a like Luxury is a software tool is there. So you can search about the tool, so you can identify a lot of information about that. And it's an app of kickstarts, like we can say that it's an app of kickstarts, and they said about a 3D mesh mask in layered over the faces. And deep face is a deep learning facial recognition system, has been created by the research group by the Facebooks. This is a social media, see, because we can search in that one way, like Lucasary and ID verification. So in this one, ID verification is there. So ID verification, we can say it's an emerging use of facial recognition in the face of in the use of ID verification services. And many companies and others are working in the market now provide like services to bank and ICOs and other e-businesses on that. So face recognition has been, we can say, it's leveraged as a form of biometric authentications for various computing platforms and devices. So there is Android 4.0, we can say ice cream sandwich added feature. We can say recognition, facial recognition using a smartphones from front cameras or the means of unlocking devices. So while Microsoft introduced a face recognition login to its Xbox 360 video is there. So that is also you can search it in internet like games. These are the tools that what I said to search in an internet or the tools. So you can make use of the tool and you can learn about the tool. So if you search for that tool, then you can get some interesting things in that one. Then you will be involved in that one, and we can go with the tool and we can start to use that tool. So like that only we have to make an interest. So I will tell you that other fields, so some other fields or when this AI or like an artificial face is there, and automated reasoning is there, and automation is there, and bio-inspired computing and concept mining, data mining, and like we can say like we can say semantic webs, robotics. In that robotics, I have to talk about the robotics. So in that robotics, we have to say that behavior based robotic is there, and cognitive based, and cybernetics is there, and developmental robotics, like evolutionary robotics is there. Then we have to see about an hybrid intelligence system. So these are the application field which are using nowadays. So application is not only like an healthcare, environmental, and agriculture, or gaming, or music. Like this only not an applications. So apart from this, a lot of algorithmic based applications are there, and a lot of applications which I already said no, like a few applications. There is photo tagging, photo imaging, and diagnosis, and game theory, and neural language processing, translations and chatbot is there. And apart from that, this we discussed like optical character recognition, handwriting recognition, speech recognition, and facial recognition is there. Like creativity, that is, we can say that artificial creativity is one of the AI tool, and capture vision is there, and virtual reality, image processing, and motion interpolation is there. You can say that motion interpolation is an autonomous system, and its vehicles which are used, and pixel art scaling algorithm is there, and image scaling, image restoration, and photo colorization. So these are the tools which are used, these applications which are used in different kinds of fields in nowadays. So if you are good in these fields, then you are good in applications of an AI. And there is hardware application is there and software applications. So applications can be differentiated in these things way, like hardware applications and software applications. So in this I left this topic of motion interoperability. There is motion interpolations. So in this motion interpolations, this we can say motion interpolation is a common and is a form of video processing in which these intermediate animation frames are generated within the existing ones by the means of interpolation. So it is like an video motions, like displaying the blur motions and the slow motion effects, and how that AI has been working in these things. Like we can say a display frames is not always an equivalent to that one content of being has been displayed. The frames has been changing. You can see that in your front camera of your mobile. So if your handshake is little bit slower than that you are doing. Okay. In other words, the display capable of an other operating at an high frame does not necessary to mean that it can be must perform motion interpolations. For example, TV running at some frequency, like we can say 120 hertz, and displaying a 24 fps, and content will be simply display each content frames for 5 of 120 display frames per seconds. And this is not an effect of the picture, then that eliminating that need of 3 is to 2 pull down, and this is a ratio, that is a pull down, we can say it is a pull down ratio. In that you can say it is a jumpy when that matches of that treat projectors. And motion interpolations can be used to reduce the jitter, and not required for in the order of that relationship to that variance to display that frames. And here next thing is about and the software applications and hardware applications is there, and video playback software is there, and video editing softwares. So these are the fields which are nowadays we have started to use a lot of applications of an AI. So I hope now this is about and fully about an AI. And thank you for listening for all of us and giving an opportunity to speak in front of you for this AI applications. So thank you, sir. Dr. Sukumar, sir.
Hello. Uh, Thank you for
Yes,
the
ma'am.
session, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
It's a great opportunity
So I have one
for us.
question.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
some
Yeah,
participants
thank you, ma'am.
having few doubts, sir, regarding this AI. The
Yes, ma'am.
question is how artificial
Yes, ma'am.
intelligence will transform the way video games are designed and played. Can I repeat the question,
So
sir?
that is, we know that. Yeah, yes, ma'am, I can see that in chatbots.
Oh,
So
okay.
that how artificial intelligence will transform the video games or designed to be played. And I will tell you that how it is. We can first of all we have to experience with that Go software. This which is famous for defeating that Lee Sedol. There is a Lee Sedol is there, and it is a world champions in the game of Go, and is one of the most significant we can that is in the field of an AI. So like I will tell you that for example artificial intelligence in the gaming is include that first encounter recon is there, and that action has been taken in that opponent of AI is transfer. That is when I shoot for example I told you that use this AlphaGo Zero as a tool. So this software, this is an AI software. This software we have to incorporate with that gaming. When it comes for that gaming, when I shoot the opposite opponent, that it is an unpredictable because the game is designed in such a way. There is opponent are trained throughout the games. So the AI transformations will be an opponent, and it will not never repeat the same mistakes. When it got the shoot, next time it will be better thing. They will escape, try to escape from that. And this is the transformation things, and they are played in these video games. So if you want to, if apart from that, I'm saying, if you want any real time feedbacks, or if you want any real time experience in that one means, you can try that AlphaGo Zero software. It is AlphaGo Zero gaming software. Thank you for, it's a very interesting question, and thank you for it. I hope that I can give the answers for you.
Sir,
Yes.
thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful session.
Yes, thank
It
you.
was really delighting experience for the audience, as well as I am a management faculty, so most of the concepts what you have dealt, how it is relevant for marketing, how it is relevant for banking, you have really covered the entire gamut of how AI is affecting the business, and especially the engineering application specialism
Yes, sir.
and the handwriting recognition, everything you have covered actually, the
Yes,
entire
sir.
ecosystem of AI you have covered, sir, and applications of AI. It was really a nice experience, sir. Our audience had a wonderful time of learning in your session. And I really thank the efforts you have made in compiling the entire information and presenting to us. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
It's our
ma'am.
pleasure, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Lakshmi Narayan, sir.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
giving
much.
this opportunity, ma'am. And thank you for all the participants, and special thank you for our management and principal and Dr. Sivakumar sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. I also thank all the participants, and we are closing the session. We are concluding here. I request the audience to be available again for the afternoon session at 2 o'clock. A request is 10 minutes before, kindly log in so that we can start the session on time. Thank you all. Thank you, Lakshmi Narayan, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am. Thank you.